Donald Denworth Dundas, Daddy. How do I encapsulate him in 1 minute? I will utilize an acrostic to assist me in paying homage that could easily take me a lifetime. D. Dynamic personality, very charming. O. Optimistic and orderly. N. No nonsense sort of guy. A. Attire. You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it, and that he did. T. Took great pride in caring for the needs of his family as a Dundas patriarch. D. Disciplined, no matter place or time. U. Uniquely made by God. N. Neat. Obsessive to a fault. No paper on ground, clothes, color coordinated and precisely hung. D. Distinguished palate for great food and wine. A. Ambitious, always soaring to new heights, hence the birth of Dendock. S. Sharp-witted, that's my dad, and a whole lot more.
My father honored my spirit, my soul. He saw right into the heart of it and he celebrated that. Were the things that gave me joy: subscription to Mad Magazine and National Geographic Magazine, the earth shoes that I loved, all my pets, the fish, the guinea pig, the dogs, the cat. And he encouraged me to sew. He would give me pocket money to get fabric and patterns, and so I taught myself to sew at an early age, and it has stood me in good stead. I remember the music, the classics: Nat King Cole, Dionne Warwick, wines at dinner, ballet shoes, Sundays going to Portland, to Dragon's Bay, or to the land up in St. Mary, or to cricket. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you for seeing who I was, who I am, and celebrating that. Thank you.
My father's mantra was honesty and integrity. And this manifested itself in the way he interacted and mentored his staff, customers, family, and friends. He loved all his family and was in support of each and every one of us in our various endeavors. And of course, I felt the love and support at all times. I would pass everything by him before I made any major decisions. And based on his guidance, it would always be very successful, whether it was job, financial, or family related. One major life lesson I learned was when I went to buy a car. He took me to the dealership and chose every feature, hyped me out, everything on the BMW. And then he said on the way back up, "Can you live in a car?" And that was it. Instead of buying the car, I used the money to extend my house, and that is the best financial decision I've made in my whole entire life to date. I love and salute you, Donald Denworth Dundas. You are larger than life. It will be impossible for anyone to forget you. Sleep in eternal peace, Daddy, until we meet again. 85, not out.
My father saved me. My life was on a sharp decline, repeating fifth form, failing O levels twice, and by a twist of fate, I ended up going back to live with him at age 16. It was the best thing to happen to me, though I didn't think so at the time. Through Daddy's rigorous discipline, support, and insistence on academic excellence, my F grades improved to B's and A's through college. It was his suggestion in 1990 to pursue becoming a chartered accountant. He was proud when I qualified in 95. My drive to be successful in business comes from him. He was not one to be emotional. He showed his love by his deeds and his kindness. The memory that stands out to me the most is when I decided to migrate to Canada, and for my last 2 weeks in Jamaica, he insisted I spend it with him. We had such a great time. The dinners, hosting my friends and family. But on that final day, as I walked out of the gate of 37A Barbican Road, he hugged me and he said, "Son, I'm going to miss you." Well, Denny, I'm the one missing you now. Rest in power.
Hi everyone, I'm Trisha Nicole, Denny's last daughter. I grew up seeing a father who was stern, but I would say that he mellowed with age. I grew up seeing someone who was hardworking, and he passed on various principles and sayings that I will always hold dear. Daddy was quite in his own way supportive, and I can recall in particular when I had surgery some years ago and he would come on consecutive Saturdays and check in with me and see what's happening. Sundays became a special time for us, especially Sundays with coffee. And that's a memory That's very dear, very special to me, and something I'll never forget. So, Daddy, I'm really going to miss you.
Hey everyone, so this is my tribute to Daddy. A tribute to Daddy. Daddy, a man of few words, stern rules, and good principles. A mathematical wizard, a trait he passed on to me. A technical drawing guru. Boy, one thing I can say for someone who was a math whiz, he wasn't very much into the computing world at all. Daddy, a father, a mentor, always keeping you on the straight and narrow path to a successful life, but still giving you a little break, in quotes, here and there. Daddy, a father to all his children. He provided for all of us and made sure we all had the guidance we needed. Daddy, bald and cool. A quote, a father is neither an anchor to hold us back, nor a snail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. Unknown.
Hi family. Memories of Uncle Denny are very good Scrabble player. His favorite song, I Can't Stop Loving You by Ray Charles, but does not like losing, a lousy loser, but will not let you forget when he wins. Ha! May God give him eternal peace. My sympathy goes out to all. Blessings, love, love. His niece, Pat.
I'm doing this tape on behalf of my mother, Corolla Cleone Dundas, and the rest of the family. The late, great Denot Denworth Dundas, but always Uncle D to us. Over the last 10 months, we have lost several family members. We remember them all. It's with heavy hearts that we cannot be there to say our farewell. We miss him greatly. The great man has left the building and will sorely be missed by each and every one of us, wishing our beloved uncle a blessed journey as he transitions to join the rest of the family that have already departed. He was always the great Dundas family patriarch. Good night, Uncle Denny. You will be sorely missed. We miss you so much and all your joy that you have ever brought. Sleep good, Uncle Denny.
My Uncle Denny was a patriarch of our family. Even when he was confined to home by illness and not communicating much, it was comforting to know he was there. He was the glue that kept our family together. He would know how Uncle Basil was doing and what Edmund was up to. He and Auntie Merle gave us a Christmas dinner tradition that ensured that our family stayed together, stayed connected, exposed us to fine cuisine and finer liquor. A tradition worth preserving even when he no longer could. Personally, I will miss Uncle Denny's quiet support and love. He was not effusive, but he would accept my hug with his signature smile. He was there at life's key moments, with a fountain pen when I graduated, a little table and chairs when my apartment was bare, a welcoming yes when I asked if I could bring Paul and the children to Christmas dinner in '08. A phone call to check up on me now and again, and a wry smile and laugh with him when he told his jokes that he thought were way funnier than they actually were. Uncle Denny was a good sounding board friend, big brother and father figure to my father. It was good to know that my daddy had you, Uncle. Our family life was richer because of who you were.
Uncle Denny was my dad Grantel's beloved older brother. I remember visiting our grandparents in Jericho and seeing this picture of him as a young, handsome man on the cusp of adulthood. He was determined and he was disciplined and he became a successful businessman. But to our family, he was so much more than that. He was a force for stability in a sometimes unstable world. After church on Sundays, we would visit, and the talks often segued into samplings of their delicious Sunday breakfast. I remember the Christmas dinners where he cultured our palates with his prized Benedictine wine. When my mom had electrical issues, he'd send someone to come and fix them. And when my maternal grandmother got sick in New York, Uncle Denny and my dad put together to buy a plane ticket for my Aunt Marlene to go and visit her. This was the character of Uncle Denny. For all he gave, for all he taught us, thank you.